I know that you're blowing up and you're doing so many amazing stuff, but the people who haven't met you yet and found your music, I just want you to introduce yourself, okay?
Okay, yeah. So I'm Paige Blossom. I am a 17-year-old singer-songwriter from Toronto, Canada. And yeah, I'm really excited to be here in front of everyone.
Okay, great stuff. So I've spent the last little while listening to your stuff just in preparation for this, and the first thing that comes to my mind is that it is very mature music, right? So you put your writing and your sound, and you hear it's coming from a 17-year-old kid, and you're amazed how that's happening. So I want you to take me through the journey of how you've come about your writing abilities right now and the sound you now have.
Yeah, so, well, I've been writing. I wrote my first song when I was around 10 years old.
Mm.
So I've been writing since then, and I mean, my writing style has changed a lot since then. Like, I
Okay.
used to write all these, like, happy songs, but over time, I just started kind of using music, especially writing music, as a way to kind of deal with what I was going through at the moment. So a lot of the time especially in my EP that's out, Vincent, you can see a lot of like it's mostly about my mental health and all
Okay.
of that and just like what I was going through at the time when I wrote it.
Okay.
So that's kind of the main where that came from.
And how long did it take you to make Vincent? Like how long was that process to write Vincent?
The process was a couple months.
Okay. So it's a four song EP, correct?
Yes.
And so I'm curious to know why you titled it Vincent, and also I want to know about the single, which I'm very interested about, Van Gogh. So if you want to tell us the why you named it Vincent, and also about that EP, what inspired it?
Yeah, well, actually, the name of the EP Vincent is because of the first song released called Van Gogh, as
Okay,
Van Gogh.
okay,
That's the main reason behind the name. As an artist, like, because you're off, you have like a lot of mental health issues.
okay,
And it's mostly in the description of the song Van Gogh, which is about I was broken up with, and it was a really toxic relationship. So I was just kind of relating him to like Vincent Van Gogh.
I see, I see.
So that's basically what that means.
Okay, and how how has the reception been to that EP itself?
I've had a lot of good feedback on it.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I know you have a few things in the work coming up, right? Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you have coming up?
Well, I've written a song for my upcoming album that will like I'm working on it. The song is called Essence,
Okay.
and it's basically about I like have a crush on someone, but like I don't know how to talk to them.
Okay.
So it's like yeah, I wrote it about a year ago, but I've only started really now getting into the process of starting to get that in the works.
Okay. And is that going to be a full length album or an EP as well?
Yeah, it's full length.
And how many songs are on there?
I'm hoping to get at least 12.
12 songs. And how far are you with writing?
I have about 3 or 4, I think. I'm not fully sure. I need to go through like my entire list of songs to see
Okay.
which ones are still in the writing process.
Awesome. So again, the reason why we've asked you here is that we do think that you're an incredible artist. It's amazing where you are at now with your career, and we can only dream of what the future holds for you, and we believe it's very very good things. So we usually love to thank people for using their talent and their God-given gifts to express themselves. I think you're an incredible writer and a musician as well. I know you play the piano. What other instruments do you play?
Well, I started learning to play guitar as well. I also can play the ukulele.
Awesome. And I think I looked on your page. You wrote, I think you said Essence was the first song you had written on the guitar.
Yeah, that's the first song. It was like a whole challenge to myself to write a song on guitar since I just recently learned how to play.
Yeah. And how different is it though, like from writing on the piano and the guitar? How different is it?
Well, to me, it's a lot different because with guitar, it's mostly chords and strumming to me because that's what I know.
Okay.
On the piano, I have a bit I'm a bit more advanced at it, so I can like work around with like different like notes and how things sound, play around with it like that.
Okay.
Rather than it's just like a bit different in that sense. Like it's easier to what I usually tend to do when I'm writing on piano is I add in like a ton of like chromatics and all this stuff.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
No, no, like I'm really, really fascinated about the music writing process and how you go from an empty sheet of paper to, like a recorded sound. Where do you usually produce like do recordings for your music? Like where in the Toronto area?
Yes, in Toronto. I for the last EP, I was working with a producer, Andre Caden Black, and Tal Baseman.
Okay.
So yeah, they did really good on that. So
Awesome. Awesome, but it's obvious that you have an incredible team behind you, and you yourself, you're a brilliant artist. Before you're going to perform for us, correct?
yes.
Awesome. But before you do that, I want to ask how you've been able to cope in the last 6 to 8 months with COVID and how that has impacted your art, if at all it has, and where you are at now with all that's happening in the world.
Yeah, it has been really hard adjusting to COVID and everything. Things have changed a lot. I used to go out performing a ton, but
Okay.
now it's like kind of I'm now stuck at home and it's like it's a lot different, but I've decided to more just focus on the writing process because like I need my time at home to be able to just sit down and just like take out my guitar, my piano, and just actually write some music. And I've just kind of taken the time to just kind of go through that.
I hear you.
Things.
No, I hear you. Thank you so much. I will, let you perform right now. Just introduce what you're performing, and then we'll go.
Is there a way to get you on my mind? If I'm not your type, I'm sorry for wasting your time. I can't stop dreaming of seeing you here, but back into reality disappear.